Invite. You should have gotten my invite?
Yep.
Nice. Sweet. Alright. We need to play more rounds before we go into the other areas. Okay. So I'm told the smart thing to do, I was looking it up, is actually you should just take like the noob pack. You should take the beginner pack and just like...
The basic pack?
Yeah.
And just keep stack, yeah.
The free loadout is apparently actually decent.
Mm.
Alright, so on Thursday we did a stream, and I remember the guys who are there normally, which is Vince and David Wiley. Both of them were just like, man, I expect Minnesota to get like a hell of a lot worse as we wait for things to go through. And I was trying to be like a little optimistic, but I couldn't disagree with them. And turns out it got worse. I think that good call. Good. Maybe that wasn't necessarily the toughest call, but that was definitely a call. Unfortunately, as we now have another person killed, and somehow even less justifiable than the previous, the one that was really.
Yeah, jeez. I mean, I think it's pretty close to nightmare scenario. I mean, 2 people in that short of a time frame. I mean, you don't even know how many injuries.
Yeah, it's...
And also just the general terror of the population. I mean, I was just listening to, like, I think it was like a New York Times Daily or something, and like interviewing people on the ground. And like the Hispanic community, like this one guy was saying, we didn't even celebrate Christmas or New Year's. No one went outside because they're just horrified.
They're just terrified. No, I totally get that.
I mean, what kind of monsters? And of course, that poor little kid with the elephant hat. My God.
Oh yeah, that also went super viral. What's really shocking about this whole ICE thing, honestly, is more than anything else, something that I very much feel is...
Red alert, Raiders. We've spotted a harvester in your area. A queen is guarding it with her life. Only engage if you've brought your best gear, lots of backup, and a very good plan.
We have none of those things. Maybe we can go. Maybe some other people will be doing it. Where's the harvester? Let's go to the water treatment facility. Let's go to the water treatment.
Oh, I thought we were just looting.
I mean, we are.
Yeah.
I'll play with the mouse.
Also, I'm glad they got the first crack in the dam of Bovino gone. But like Tim Miller from the Bulwark is right. Like keep the pressure on. We should go for all of them. They should all be gone. Like we need to pretend it's 2012 standards, where any of these goobers would not even last an hour, another hour.
I totally agree. Hey, Bahram, how you doing? Thanks for joining. Hope you're doing well. No, these people, this would be beyond a shit show. By the way, so Donald Trump did an interview on Alex and Renee, and he was really sensitive as per usual, and he gave incredibly kind word. He said that he felt worse about Renee because he found out that Renee's parents voted for Trump, and so that was his metric. He was like, "Oh my God,
good lord,
I just don't even understand like how he gets away with it sometimes." I know he gets away with it, but like, good God, man, like, how does he get away with it?
It's because everyone knows he's a piece of shit, so that's the standard. Which is such asymmetric warfare bullshit. Like,
I know.
Biden was such a good person. Like,
high moral character.
They made fun of him for like carrying that voicemail he left his Hunter.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, "I love you, son. Like, I know
we're gonna get through this.
Man, you really messed up, but we're gonna get through this." Like, my God, like, to even compare these two guys, so laughable.
It's insane.
Like, and it made him relatable. Like, so many Americans, have someone in the family who's messed up, whatever, and you still care for them and you try to help them out and turn their life around. And like, that's a normal American family problem.
Yeah.
Like,
Hunter's now on like a demon. Let's climb up here. Hunter's on like a demon climb now. He's doing these interviews, going after the Pod Save America guys.
The Sean Ryan one was good. I saw clips of that where he just kind of laid out his point of view of everything. I think that was helpful. I think the Pod Save America guys. Watch out!
I saw him too late.
Yeah, that one was maybe a little less productive, but it's not like they're immune to any flack either.
We're friendly. We're friendly.
He's friendly. All right.
You guys good?
Yep. They can't hear us.
Hey, you guys good over here?
Can anyone patch me up?
I don't know how to talk still. I should have figured it out.
Can you emote? Yeah. Okay, thumbs up. I did a thumbs up.
How'd you do
there we
that?
go. I can in-game emote. We can't talk to him.
Okay.
Yeah, there's bear if you guys want it over here.
Okay, what's in here?
So nice guys.
Yeah.
It is hilarious that like there's like standoffs like that in this game. That's pretty funny. It's a pretty unique game experience.
Yeah. I just gotta figure out how did you emote. I gotta figure it out.
Yeah, I'm on Xbox.
Whatever. I'll check it
On
out.
Xbox is the control pad, if that gives you any information.
Not particularly. One of the things I was advised is that we should go find dog collars in residential buildings, so maybe we'll leave this for
Alright, follow you.
There's a big old ship up here.
But yeah, I popped off on my like personal Instagram this weekend.
Oh, I'm getting shot at.
I see.
Nice.
I usually try to not do it all the time, so that when I do, like, my friends in my community know that like I'm serious about something. And I just when I was like called like Stephen Miller, look at this Voldemort looking ass bitch.
He
like
is,
lying for just spewing propaganda.
No, he's terrible.
Quoting the calling him a domestic terrorist and trying to dunk on like the Chris Murphy tweet.
It's like, what do you even do with
And
these
like
people?
I was like, this guy is who hates America.
Yeah.
He's Christian nationalist that doesn't understand the country's about.
No, yeah, I remember watching Destiny debate of Christian nationalists, and they basically said like, yeah, they want to remake this country from the top down to be all what they want. It's just like the most anti-American thing you can do is be a Christian nationalist.
We really got to reclaim patriotism and like all these American values.
We do that, yeah. We're doing that in like our memes.
Yeah.
Dude, something
like
that
the
we
Statue of
absolutely-
Liberty. The Statue of Liberty is all ours at this point.
True.
It's like
Oh yeah.
I would say
new
the
Colossus.
of all the symbols, that one's the most ours.
Fully. Dude, I posted. No, I didn't post this one, but somebody posted a meme about Hassan, and it was basically.
Oh shit! Look at this big ass monster. Hold up.
Is it here? Or is it...
Maybe run away.
Oh fuck! It's looking at us. All right. Well, should we go after it? No, we should not. Oh dear. All right. Well, it was nice knowing you, Chief. Should we try to go after it? Oh, it fell over.
Yo,
Oh,
fell off. Okay.
Oh no! Oh, it's over.
Nope, no, it's
I'm
back.
getting shot at. All right, dude. We're gonna.
All right, let's run.
I think we're done here for me. Don't even bother.
Oh, you're dead.
I'm downed. I don't think you can. I can pick myself up, and I don't exactly.
Let's see what I can do. Oh shit!
Okay, practice run. This practice run. There's 3 of them.
Okay.
All right. Was good. Was good.
That's
Yeah,
game
practice.
over. Yeah.
Thanks for trying.
Damn. A big ass spider.
Okay. Okay. Continue. All good. All good. Ready up. Let's do this. Okay, we got this.
The story you were saying?
So what it was it made fun of Hassan. Someone posted it, and okay, cool. It effectively just made fun of Hassan by saying that like when there was some state violence occurs, he gets like, you know, 5 people are killed, or 3 people are killed by ICE, and he's like, well, this is so terrible, blah, blah, right? And then when like Mao, he got that little red book of Mao when he was in China, he was like, oh my god. So it's like, it contrasted to like, you know, if you kill 15 million people but you're Chinese, it's like, cool.
Yes, I
And
saw that.
there were so many. What was shocking was like his community came out of the woodwork to like mock us, and there were 2 things. Emote is G finally. Okay, so there's 2 things that I thought was like noticeable. Number 1, like we got a death threat from this guy Mike from PA. He wrote a Twitch approved death threat where he essentially wrote
To Project Liberal?
Yes, he wrote. I can send it to you. He wrote something along the lines of like, when we get power, we're not going to apologize for ... And that was it. And there was like, you know what he was getting at, right? It was like, so there's some sort
That guy's
of
a
threat
loser.
yeah. But there were so many tanky people in the comments who were like very upset that we had, they were like super
fun of
mad
him.
that like we had talked smack about Mao, and they were like, oh, 15 million, more like 20 gorillion. And I'm like, dude, are you guys Nazis? Unironically, that's like like 30 gorillion. I want to check out this residential. I'm told there's good stuff.
Okay, I'll go behind you.
Johnny here.
This one.
Remember, Raider,
Um,
you can wander around and
I was like,
stumble upon what you need.
people are saying the word gorillion, like that's it sounds like a Nazi dog whistle, dude. Like what the fuck?
Man, I wish we could find out how many of those like far leftist accounts this whole time have been from foreign countries. I'm gonna guess half.
So I posted this great meme of Jimmy Neutron's dad, and he's like, a true liberal does not need location-based in Jimbo. He goes on instinct alone. And it's like, yeah, like you can just tell immediately.
Sure, you
These
can
people
just
are.
tell.
Especially when they're from Russia. Ugh.
Yeah, I mean the easiest way to tell is if they don't give a fuck about the Ukrainians. Like, that's the easiest filter for me that I always use.
It's most miserable. There was
It's like that's like the most open and shut foreign policy question of our life. Like, who's the bad
I
guy
think
here?
you're right. You know what's really fun? Have you
If
ever
you know
seen Breaking
anything
Points?
about history. Yeah.
So Breaking Point. So Crystal Ball and that guy Sagar.
Yeah, she's crazy.
Yeah. So there was a great video where like they were talking about both Gaza and Ukraine on the same like 1 hour like segment. And
Yeah.
it was a complete contrast where they're like, You know, there should Israel needs to pull out. Like Gaza should need to surrender. Hamas should need to surrender. This is bullshit. Like they have rights. They shouldn't be allowed to blah blah blah. Right? And then they went over to Ukraine. They're like, look, sometimes losing territory is difficult and it's not fun, but you got to make decisions on what's best for your people. And it's like, and the comment section's not always you get it, but the comment section was absolutely cooking them for it. They're getting bodied in the comments because people are like, wait, this is like a massive contrast and doesn't seem to be justified.
Oh my God, that's a little hearting.
Yeah.
But that's, you know what? That's, you know, when I talk to like friends, people, whatever, like about like left-leaning stuff, I usually bring that up just to test people. Like, are you actually informed, or do you just follow like one or two leftist accounts? Because like, yeah, if your humanity's not consistent, then that tells me you're not really reading the news.
For sure. No, it is pretty open.
It means you're getting stuff from TikTok only. Like,
true.
Not reading any newspapers.
Nothing else in here. I'm looking for those dog collars so we can give our chicken a dog collar. He wants it.
I assume it's pretty rare.
What?
I assume it's pretty rare.
I don't know, maybe.
Make sure I don't have any of them. Yeah, no. Okay.
Okay. Nothing's on the roof as far as I can see. It's a rooftop. I'll jump back down. Uh-oh. Okay, we good. We good. Alright, nothing here. Let's look at the map for something else to do. Guess we can go down to...
Go to the power generation complex.
See if there's anything there. Alright, can we jump out here? Is it like suicide? Looks suicide.
I think it's a little high. Yeah, let's want to relax it. However we came in. Wait, jump back. Nice. Nice.
Clutched it. Actually, can we try the Ruby Residence? I want to try this place out.
Go to that location.
Sure.
It's a little far.
You lead the way.
Okay. I want to find... They recommend newbies to loot this thing because you'll find the dog collar and some other stuff.
Yeah. It sounds like you know more than me.
I watched one YouTube video.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were some people that said that they felt that the killing of Alex was like unjustified. They defended Renee, but that apparently was a line. Alex, God, I forgot his name.
They've really tried to label him a domestic terrorist.
They've tried really hard.
It's so insane. That's North Korea shit.
It is just like painful. There's obviously, like you said, there's pressure. Supposedly, like what's her face?
Kristi Noem
is going to get like terminated if she continues messing up. I personally don't think so.
Yeah,
Trump
I would see it. I believe it.
Trump like values loyalty above all else. As long as he feels Kristi's loyal, I don't see any.
The pressure has to be hot, yeah, and sustained.
We'll see. How much does Trump care about his approval ratings at this point?
That's a weird question. Like, the only things that have ever moved him is the markets. Liberation Day and then the Greenland market tank.
Yeah.
Those are the two things that have ever made him actually react.
No, totally.
Everything else, he will just power through. It's crazy. And that's why we're in this insane time. It's because of his shamelessness. It's his superpower.
Yeah.
What about any other like Twitter interactions over the weekend from the account? Any other fights?
There was so I track our number one. There's a Facebook post that I made where I said the Democratic Party is the number one, is now the party of the Second Amendment, and a lot of people were like mocking us. They're like, that's bullshit. But it was a lot of interactions. We got $4. That's like a whole dryer sheet in Trump's America.
There you go.
That was like the one that like that was also. I mean, I do think that there's obviously people who are not that, but I think I'm seeing, if we're talking about X interactions, I'm seeing more and more people like stand up to tankies and leftists. Like, people are getting that these people just like they are. It's not just if they were just politically like obnoxious, they would be somewhat tolerable, but they're politically obnoxious, and then they don't vote. Right? You got to at least vote, but then they don't even vote at the end of the day. So it's like, who are these people? Like, what value are they to the party? And so I'm seeing more people just get fed up with these people. I think that there is a very slowly growing liberal movement of people, and what that will eventually lead to is like a real like liberal content creator space. I think that that's coming, and we gotta obviously midwife it a bit, but I do think it's coming. I don't know. You're on Insta, right? What are you seeing? Your mic may have cut out. Are you talking? I can't hear anything that you're saying. Well, looks like I'm just on my own now, partner. Nah. I don't think it's on my end. It's all good. Can you try talking? Your screen isn't lighting up. We can just go silent until you get out of game, and then you can maybe reset your whatever. What else is out there? So I'm getting of this opinion, and the opinion almost scares me a little bit, because like, for the longest time I thought that like what was cultural cancer to the left broadly was this concept of like defunding the police and whatever, and I am increasingly like wondering, and I'm actually increasingly of the belief that like the defunding, the abolishment of ICE movement is like, it's becoming the new normal. I think that like, as shocking as it is to say, I kind of feel like abolishing ICE is now like the moderate position. I'm pretty much like on board with it at this point. It's really difficult to justify a lot of what this administration does, and so like I just kind of think we're at that point, which is that just shocks me a bit, you know.
Let's go.
All right, I think we got enough that we can like pull out. I don't know what you think. I'm gonna mark it on the map. See if maybe you wanna.
Head home at the central swamp lift.
Actually, you can go check out the Pale
Let's move to that
Apartments.
location.
And then we'll head home on the central, the other one. Ew, still have to go around. Looks like this place has been picked clean. Yeah, this place has been... This has certainly been picked clean. Alright. I think...
Head home at the central swamp lift.
I think we're good. That's my assessment of this raid. We can get you back online. You good? Home and then we will some testing.
Confirming your request. Just hang on a second. There. Elevator is on its way. Initiating capture sequence now. Stand by a second. Hatch open. Proceed to elevator.
Alright. Got out of there. Alright, now we gotta figure out what's going on with your mic, Chief. Cool. Quick run. Load the backpack and continue. I don't think it's me. It's fine for me. Heyo, can you hear me now?
Oh my gosh! All I had to do is disconnect from the Discord and rejoin.
Happens.
Yeah.
All good, all good.
At least I know that now.
Yeah. I gotta do some, I got, my stash is full, so I gotta do something.
Nice.
I don't know what.
You can recycle loot while topside, or build a more
I
efficient...
need 6 wires or a battery. Okay. Let's How do I find my stash? I don't even know. I should know this. I gotta figure this out, okay? Inventory
Codex?
tab, okay. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go to my workbench. I'm gonna see if I can find a way to get rusted tools, components, or driver. I'm gonna sell some of this stuff. I need all of this, right? Just sell some of this stuff for now. I don't think you need a Rattler 1, just because I think that you get those for the free packs or just whatever. Cycle it. Okay. When I'm offline, I'm gonna have to do some investigations to see like what mechanical components. How do you get mechanical components in the rest of the tool stuff? I think it's in crafting? Maybe. Ooh, okay, hold on. I can install this. Feels good now. Yeah. I'm having a bench. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Hold on, give me just a bit longer. Just sell some of the stuff. Okay, ready for another round?
Yep, let's do it.
So what I was saying, before we got disconnected, was I'm feeling increasingly like there is going to be... Are you serious? I can't do the free loadout because I have too much stuff in my stash. I just gotta sell some stuff. I'll just sell some grays. Done with it. Who joined? Hey Josh, how's it going, Chief?
Hey there, how y'all doing?
Good, thanks for joining, man. So we were just talking. You're a little soft. Can you maybe up your mic a tiny bit?
Oh yeah, I can do that. Probably. I'll have to go to the control panel for that one.
For sure. Nice to see you here, Chief. So I was, what I was telling Rob was I feel that I don't know if you're seeing it, but I'm seeing a lot more pushback on like obnoxious like leftists on the internet. I don't know if you see this on Instagram, but like basically what I'm seeing, I'm seeing people just like starting to like sincerely get fed up with them and just say like, hey, you know what? Like, not only are you, they're like, there's three problems with them. Number one, they are like vibes suppressors. And so what happens is like they just make our movement like nobody wants to vote for our candidate. Number two, Republicans always point, MAGA always points to them when they're trying to point to Democrats. And maybe the most annoying part, those first two could be tolerable if they just voted. They just were willing to vote, but they don't even vote. And so it's just
is
like, what
this
are
mic
doing?
better here?
Yes, you sound really good.
Okay, should I turn it down slightly or keep it right where it's at?
You're right, you're perfect, actually.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah. I've been sick of these people since like 2019, and it's crazy that it took this long, because my analogy for it is like you're playing doubles tennis, and it's us and the leftists and the other against like the MAGAs and the former Ben Shapiro's that get along, and they play together just fine, and the leftists are throwing their tennis racket at us instead of playing.
Yeah.
And there's no way to fucking win.
There's no way to win with these people.
Sometimes I think that is the case. I think it's a bit of a fine line though, right? I think at least I actually just became a member of the DSA, and I'm working to actually get people physically doing things in the area and stuff. However, I'm more of a, as they would call it, a SOCDEM, kind of social democrat type. A very big pro-democracy, very big rights and stuff.
I don't want to go there.
But I think one of the major issues is when you have a lot of like what I would call chronically online leftists and stuff. And you have the tankies and the like who don't actually get out there and do things to help folks. And typically, like, they're the big doomers. They're like the we hate everyone. Like, it's like the idea that they have to be in the permanent opposition to everything and everyone.
Yeah.
Because it's like their little social club. And honestly, they piss me off too.
Yeah.
Like, there's some folks who are cool and great and stuff. But I'd say once you kind of get more into the... Once you get into like the China / like Soviet apologists, that's where you can typically draw the line. If they have like a hammer and sickle in their bio, then you know. But like if they have
upside
like
down
roads,
red triangle
like,
is also big red flag.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to split them into the two buckets of Kyle Kalinske and Hassan Piker?
Yeah.
Like those two buckets? You can probably go even further.
Interesting. Yeah.
Because Kyle will vote and he'll dunk on Republicans, and he's like, I know we're a little different, but we're on the same team. It's a totally different vibe.
No, Kyle's
he's a chaotic good, I guess.
Yeah, I think this is the point of how badly do they hate the center left for like I think it's just how much they hate the center left, and like those who are like, I dislike you severely, like as in like the politicians, but they're like the voters aren't nearly that bad at all. Those are like the ones that I enjoy because they're like, yeah, you know, like actually like they get it. They're like out there, they're trying to help people. They're actually doing things, right?
Yeah. Did you join the DSA? Like, what was the motivation for that? If you're a SOCDEM, was it that you're trying to push them maybe towards like social democracy, or there's just no other there's no like SOCDEM equivalent, unfortunately.
There is not, and also like I there are some socialist policies that I do like, and I'd like to learn more. And regardless, they're currently the only major organization that's currently getting candidates out there in that direction, right? So
what do you mean by
I'm
in that
somewhere
direction?
around there and stuff.
Like,
towards actually supporting. I guess the best way I could say it is social policies and economic policies that actually put systems of power in the hands of people, especially economic, which, I mean, like, there's some tiny groups such as this who kind of push a little bit in that direction, which I really appreciate and it's really good. But there's really nothing major like that. And the closest thing that you could try to go for, like a base of power, is like, oh, let's go to the Progressive Caucus. The Progressive Caucus is full of all sorts of people, and that's more so just a way. That's more a political organizing for, in my opinion, politicians than.
I have a bit of a bone to pick with the DSA personally, because like, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. I think they were unaligned during the last election, which is like a big no-no for me. And then the other sort of thing that like makes me distrust or dislike them is there's one other thing I didn't like about them. They seem to be like the D doesn't always feel like the most important thing to them, if you know what I'm saying. Like I see them like hanging with like Maduro, and it's like like in Cuba, right? Like what's his face from Cuba, Castro? Like
no, I agree, and that's a part of also my reasoning for joining is because there are good groups in there. It's actually like pretty diverse on their national political committee. It's fairly well balanced. I'm a big supporter of. Well, let me make sure I get the. They have some weird ass groups, right? Specifically, they have like unofficial caucuses. If you know about them, a lot of them are not so great. Like I'm a fan of Bread and Roses and the Socialist Majority Caucus. They're kind of seen as like the right side of the DSA, kind of like more equivalent to Social Dems, but not quite. And those are the types of groups where we're like, okay, 100% we need to get out, we need to vote for, like, last election Harris.
Yeah.
We need to get those votes out there, we need to do things, you know. The DSA as a whole, I believe the only time they said they're going to endorse anyone for president fully was if Sanders got the primary in 2016. However, I would say, like, as the, like, I would say, though, like, yeah, I disagree with that, but I feel like not even a lot of people in the DSA necessarily listens to what people in the DSA say. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like it's a big tent coalition. And yeah, believe me, I don't like the. I mean, I'm gonna see how it is, you know, this next year and stuff. I'll be going to a new orientation member meeting tomorrow and things like that. But it seems that the most rapidly joining or growing part of the DSA is those pro-democracy folks.
That's good.
And they seem to actually be the ones doing the groundwork. If you look at like New York City, for example, they are where they have the largest chapter. They have 13,000 of the national, like 90,000, right? And they are the Bread and Roses, they are the Socialist Majority Caucus, they are the Mamdani folk, right? And, you know, Mamdani hasn't been doing anything crazy in New York, right?
It's been,
like,
he's been just, yeah, I haven't seen anything particularly noteworthy, good or bad.
Yeah, I mean, we got the free childcare.
Is that him, or isn't that Hochul?
So, Hochul is appropriating the funds. However, he was the one who spearheaded the entire thing and basically went to Hochul and said, hey, I got the people with me. We're knocking. Are you going to answer the door? Because if not, you're going to have like issues with the public. And I think that's on him, right? Especially since he made that one of the primary tenets of his campaign.
Go to water treatment control.
Okay.
Same with like this snowstorm that came in. One of the city's most efficient responses to snow and weather ever. Hearing from a lot of folks in New York City that they're very happy with it. They got a whole tracking system up and working, and they're already going around and finding tenants who have unlivable conditions for, or not tenants, they're going and they're finding landlords who have unlivable and illegal conditions for their tenants that were previously going unenforced, which is a really big thing, you know?
Okay. Real quick, I'm going to interrupt you. Nerdy Neat, was that a joke about you not wanting to not be recommended this channel? Just one person here. Who are even these streams for? There's not one person here. Oh. People come in and out. Other people are active in other channels. We multi-stream, we multicast multiple places. But yeah, we're trying to build a following. Sorry to interrupt you. Are you a student by any chance? I'm just curious.
Yeah, actually, I am. I'm studying political science and economics full time.
Nice.
And also actively. Yeah, what's up?
I was just gonna suggest if you are, again, if you find the DSA is not good, if you enjoy the DSA, I'm not like hating. I'm hating a little bit. I'm kidding. If you are,
No,
if
it's
you,
fine.
there's another organization that we are partnered with called Dream for America, which is more of a SOCDEM organization. You may find it more SOCDEM or maybe nice. Might be like what you're looking for potentially, if it doesn't work out. But if it does, you know.
Yeah, no, I really do like them. One of the reasons I'm going with the DSA for two reasons, like long term. One's long term, one's short term. When I come to like thinking about what I want to do politically, because I guess a little tidbit about me is I got involved in politics late high school heavily. However, I already was really interested by that point. After I began studying history, specifically like World War II and the Holocaust.
Can I interrupt you? Sorry, I'm so sorry. Rob, do you want to just get out of this? I'm like full.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. Yes. Go ahead.
Why don't you run backwards?
Home at the water treatment elevator.
I'm about to get shot.
And
yes. You were studying history and politics. You learned about, I think you said, the Holocaust.
yeah, and then the general Weimar era and stuff. I've gone to a rabbit hole with those over the years, and so I expanded my knowledge. And I mean, the long story short, the TLDR is basically recognize that politics is my calling, helping people, wanting to try to get good policies to help folks, and to try to actually keep and save democracy in the long term. And I think for that, like, we need a multi-party system, for example. And I think the DSA needs to be a part of that. I think it needs to definitely get more into the actual governing and legislating part, and actually like being a real party that actually does things, which is going to moderate it substantially, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. The thing about the DSA is, like, the pro and con of it is that it's a big tent, right? And the reason it's a big tent is because there's, socialism is such a scary word in the United States. Even like very moderate, like workers' councils and things like that, and like wanting to experiment with those types of ideas and like small businesses, right? It's just like a scary thing. And to get people in, you need a big tent, right? And you also don't want them fighting each other. However, that also brings in people who can have issues. In the end, I am no important person over there, fresh person. But everything I can tell is that the most successful members of the party who have been promoting growth and who have been moving the party in that direction. And I think they're going to be key into setting up a multi-party system at some point, probably through multi-member districts.
Well, this is going to suck.
I would like ranked choice voting. However, I think the more realistic and even better option is a concept called multi-member districts. Do you know what those are?
Yeah, it's like there's multiple. I may have gotten it wrong. I think it's what the Fair Vote supports. It's right, this concept of just like the concept of, like, what's it called? Go ahead and walk us through it. Fuck, it's coming at us.
Okay. So first, we'd want to expand the House of Representatives through a simple law so that this is a more fair and like balanced for these districts, right? Because some states have less seats and some states don't have enough and such, to get accurate numbers for House of Representatives, right? Expand that a little bit, and then from there, like, imagine a state like Iowa now has 5 representatives, right? So that would all be in one district. And what you would do is instead you would vote for the party.
Get in. Sorry, we're playing. Sorry. One second.
So parties. Oh, okay.
Wait. I hope you're in. Okay, good.
I'm in.
That was
I'm in.
intense. Sorry. I'm sorry, Nerdy Need. Yeah, David's
Are you
very...
watching us play? That was a big
No,
one.
he isn't. I don't think. That was like really intense. Sorry, Chief.
I'll
I know you're talking about something that's important to you, and I'm just like, oh.
We're good now.
No, you're good.
That was funny.
So.
And by the way, Nerdy Need, I'm sorry that David's very sharp when it comes to Russia and Ukraine. So I'm sorry if.
Oh yeah, love Ukraine.
Yeah.
There's
there's a guy in our chat that does not want to support Ukraine. He's a regular here, but David, who was taking some of his questions, called him a Russian propagandist, which wasn't he's very Dave can be like that. So I'm sorry that he said that to you, but yeah, he's deeply. It's like his strongest. We were talking about it earlier. Yeah, it's one of his strongest.
You guys streaming on.
Okay, sorry. We keep interrupting you.
What are you guys streaming on, real quick?
We're on YouTube. You can go check us out on YouTube.
Okay. Yeah, I'll add that real quick. So the way the multi-member districts work is you vote by party, and the parties have a list. So it's like if there's 5 seats and a party gets like 90% of the vote, that'd equal like all 5 seats roughly, and then their top 5 candidates would go. And considering that these districts would be kept to be within like 4 to 9, representatives, you would know like who like the 2 people were running for, and you could take that into account when voting, basically, right? And encourage people to get involved in the primary process more as well. So you would vote by party, and then based off percentage, get distributed off of like seats. So 100 divided by 5, that's about 20%, right? And then you round off who's closest. In a state like Iowa, at that point, that would completely remove the first past the post issue, / split candidate issue. If we were to divide the current Congress, for example, up into about 6 different parties, we would have a progressive, a mainline Democrat, a centrist kind of like libertarian Republican, a more traditional like religious Republican, and probably like a MAGA Republican, right? That would vastly change the system, and bring in different parties, bring in different coalitions, things like that, which would be amazing, and at least in my opinion, for a few different reasons. But we need groups like the DSA to actually start thinking and feeling what it's like to actually have politicians who govern. And I think Zoran right now is doing amazing work with that, and he's actually getting a lot of people who actually take the DSA seriously in a helping people and gaining power way to like recognize that and see what that is, and also understand how that works.
Do you feel that do you feel like because like right now I'd say he's still kind of in, I'm not trying to be a downer here, I do think he's a bit in his are you ready to go, Rob?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, take your time. Do you think he's still kind of in his we're doing a night raid, by the way, so let's see how this goes. It might be very chaotic. Actually, I think I might actually have to call it, because I said I have to go with... No, I can go. I can do 20 more minutes. We'll do 20 minutes.
We want to just hang out for a minute rather than play?
I just gotta buzz out in 15 minutes. That's enough time to do one more run.
Okay.
I'm glad the universe wanted you to be here, Nerdy. Yeah, sorry. My question to you was, do you think Zoran's just kind of like in his like honeymoon phase with the role, or do you like it's going to be or do you think he's going to be able to continue this on? Like, I don't know the status of him working with the city council, which would actually that's where the real meat and potatoes of legislation come from.
So I would say honeymoon definitely exists, right? However, I think the honeymoon is only truly important when it comes to the idea of gaining quick political capital in the beginning and utilizing it effectively, right?
Yeah.
Zoran had a lot of political capital going in, and the only things he's used it on is on tangible gains for voters, which from all accounts that I can see, New Yorkers actually really like and appreciate. And that will transfer, in my opinion, to more political capital, which he can use to make more changes that people like to gain more political capital. Like, for example, like when Obama was president, from my understanding, is the political capital he gained was not used effectively and quickly disappeared, and resulted in a very, very weakened and damaged Affordable Care Act, and not much else. Compared to Zoran, who's been able to go in within a week of being inaugurated, getting state-given childcare with the governor for every New Yorker for 2 years. Like, that's wild. Like, when have we ever seen a mayor do that before, right? Like, that is a massive year-long accomplishment, 1 week. Ensuring what could have been a fiasco with the weather, with this winter storm, and turning it into a PR win, right? Where there's been no issues and only really efficiency by the government in these regards, right? Like, we can disagree specifically on the economics of socialist policy in the long term, if like government-owned grocery stores will succeed or not, right? But currently, he's showing that he's running a government that is efficient at doing what it's already meant to do, which is far better than any person who's come before him in recent years.
Yeah.
So, like, sure, it may drop a little bit. We'll see. It typically happens. I'm expecting it to drop a little, but I don't think it's going to drop nearly as much as any person before him.
All right. Do you think his policies work everywhere? Or do you think it's just something that's like unique to New York, like New York being kind of more left than usual? One of the things also I've noticed, he's still like making lots of like those videos. Like he's still he almost looks like he's still campaigning.
Well, I think he should be. I think a politician should be campaigning 24/7, but they need to be campaigning in a way, like they need to campaign in a way so like you have your public image, right, that you set during a campaigning, where you have lots of promises, you're trying to set a very pristine picture for yourself, right? And then you have your image in office. You need to make those two things as similar to each other as possible, and preferably towards the campaigning message, right? And I think that's what he's doing. And if he's able to effectively show that his campaign promises can hold firm, which at least with the childcare, with the running efficient government in terms of this massive winter storm and of sanitation and such, which he seems to be doing, I think it's only going to go well for him. I think if we had people, if we had Senate majority leaders and or Senate Democratic leaders, House Democratic leaders who actually did this, who showed what they were doing and showed that they're actually doing things and that they're keeping their promises, even if they couldn't get laws passed at the time, and they're talking about it every week in ways that wasn't just sitting down, looking at a camera, and saying a bunch of consultant-type things.
Yeah.
It'd go amazing.
One thing that Dems need to do is they need to start like really putting up legislation and just showing like when we get, because right now I'm not 100% sure what they're going to do in office, and maybe they're just doing a really bad job at marketing, which could be the case. I've noticed that
I don't think they know what they're going to do.
Why do you think that is?
Because I think the Democratic Party is a loose coalition of just anti-Trumpers, and it's a combination of Democratic socialists and progressives, like AOC, like Bernie Sanders, who do actually have a plan for the future but don't have the power to put it in place. It's what I'm most in favor of, the return to at least an FDR level of economic intervention and management, in my opinion. I think it's at least the minimum that we need to go back to, because it was successful. In my opinion, it's what brought us decades of prosperity in the United States, and it worked. You know, some people may disagree with that, but it's just an option. And then the other that we have is somewhere in between of, here's just like a handful of policies that maybe we could pass that like are popular on paper and my consultants say are not going to get me canceled. And then there's just nothing's wrong. Everything's fine. Actually, we need to give more power to corporations. Maybe Planetary needs to get involved in our policing, you know. And I think those are the kind of three factions that exist. And luckily, at least in my opinion, luckily, progressives, social democrats and the like are gaining momentum, and these establishment pro-corporations are heavily losing. That's just my thoughts on the matter.
Maybe I'm curious if that's true. It's very easy to sort of go on the it's very easy to kind of go off of social media. I wonder, we'll see what 2026 may be quite the shakeup. I'm not It's going to be like a lot of vulnerable R districts. A lot of districts may be shifting left on the do something mentality. 2066 is definitely going to be an election of. Going to be very interesting. I wonder if you people will play the original. I never played Deus Ex, but sorry, I was answering something in chat. I never played Deus Ex, but maybe I will on stream. That could be fun. What were you? Yeah. Sorry.
I think you're right though. 2026, 100% is going to be the great shakeup, and I think we're already seeing this on the Senate level, right? Look at 3 of the top contenders who are running in swing states. We got Mary Patola, we got Tallarico, and Crockett. I like Tallarico. Crockett, I could go on about that.
You like Tallarico more than Crockett?
I like Tallarico a lot better than Crockett for a lot of reasons.
Oh, really? Like what?
In my opinion, is more... The thing with Crockett, number one, she said a few things about people from south of the border that is going to make her lose the election already. Number two, I think, at least whenever I listen to her speak, I watch the debates, a lot of it is about her and what she wants to do as a member of the Senate, and about how, like, we need her to go do things. While Tallarico's more like, I need us to work together so that we can go and do these changes, and we need you people leading the forefront on this, and that I'm only going to be a voice to that.
I see.
Which is a major difference as well.
Better message.
Also, Crockett loves to talk a big game about, like, anti-billionaire stuff and about like, you know, fighting the institutions, but she's commonly worked inside the institutions, and she has accepted a fair amount of PAC and corporate money. And I would also argue that Democrats like to overcompensate on anti-Trump rhetoric when they can't actually win on anti-billionaire and on, like, actual economic issues. And I think she's one of those people. I think one of the reasons, like, I think, like, you know, of course, like, Tallarico is anti-Trump, right? However, he treats Trump as a symptom of the broken system and of the corruption that exists in our country. While Crockett kind of mentions that, but also kind of tries to get us to ignore that, I think, to a certain extent. And she also kind of just seems like there's a certain authenticity, I feel, that can be heard in these speeches and the rhetoric and the social media posts behind these candidates. When I hear Crockett speak, I had someone check over this to make sure that I'm saying the right words for social media and for
That's definitely one of
speeches.
Harris's big losses too.
Yeah. While Tallarico does use rhetoric that is targeted towards moderates and even some conservatives, you can tell that it is his rhetoric to a certain extent, and that when it comes to, like, the core issues of, like, the economy and stuff, it actually sounds like his thoughts from experiencing it firsthand. It actually sounds like something he wants to do with it. And I dislike that he wasn't as aggressive against Crockett as I think he could have been in the debate. I think there's a few times that he should have called her out on just a handful of things. But also the fact that he didn't whatsoever is kind of also slightly telling to me, in that he really does believe in his values. And I don't have to worry about him going back on his word. Unlike, in my opinion, Crockett, who I very much feel will do what is only socially popular amongst probably maybe herself and her inner base or her circle or whatever. And maybe I'm wrong on that. Like, maybe I'm just a very misinformed white guy from the Midwest, you know? But that's the feeling that it came away from.
Yeah.
I also, the general idea behind I was saying earlier about the, like, me, is what we need parties that are built around certain concepts, maybe one or two good leaders, but overall leaders who are supporting the people and are raising the people up and getting them to take control, like over the economy, over their parties, etc. And I don't think Crockett really wants to do that. Yeah, I think she's more focused on seeing voters as tools and as volunteers as tools compared to the
or that's
reason
at least
for
how she
everything
comes
in the
off as.
thing. Yeah, and maybe it's not intentional, but that's just like That's how I feel when I listen to that debate hosted by the AFL-CIO. And I didn't know how to put into words at the time, but that's at least kind of how I feel right now.
All right.
And I also feel like Graham Plattner too. Like we have some of the most progressive Senate candidates we've ever seen, and they're coming on swing districts, and in the polls, their progressivism on these issues seems to be expanding. Specifically when it comes to things like the economy. So. I don't really know much about Roy Cooper at all. I haven't really done a deep dive into him because I'm much more focused on the actually, like, really swing, races. North Carolina is not going to be one of those this upcoming election. At least in my opinion, it's going to be pretty secure.
Oh shit!
Nice work. Is there
I got downed.
Oh, you got down? Can you come in? Oh shit.
I can still get in, yeah.
Oh, I got down too. Well.
Oh, man.
I'm slowly watching you guys go down bit by bit.
Can I still touch the computer? Oh, I can still
do it.
Can we
still press the button?
I can still do it. Get in here. Can you get in here?
I'm in.
We're doing it.
I'm in.
You can still do it while down. We got out.
Wow. Incredible.
Awesome.
I was going to say, if we were toast, it would end the game.
I even got a return one. Oh, that's funny.
Not till it's over, yeah. Achievement.
There you go. That's good stuff. Okay.
Where's the little Discord clapping thing? Where's that little
the emoji thing? I have to look at what to do with all these items. Thank you.
There you go. We got it.
I've got this. I told him in advance that 6:30 was my cutoff, so unfortunately I gotta go. But Josh, thanks for chatting. We do this on Mondays and Thursdays at this time, so if you come on Thursdays,
yeah.
Do you have any thoughts on? We were talking about. I wanna ask one more question, you guys, before I call it. My question to you is, I'm actually, I don't know if I should be concerned by this, or I don't know if this is a good thing or not, but for the longest time, I considered, defund the police and abolish ICE to be like cancerous to the Democratic Party and to the Democratic cause. That's just we lose on these things. And I don't know if I should be excited about it or horrified. It appears to me that that's not necessarily the case anymore, in that it looks like abolish the police still seems like it's not very popular, but abolish ICE seems like it is. It honestly seems like that's the new moderate position. It feels like everybody's in favor of
I've seen 52% support for abolish ICE.
I don't even know what to make of that. I'm generally a more moderate kind of person. Not always, but on a lot of things, and so I don't know how to feel about that. I'm curious if you guys have any strong feelings on this.
I do.
Go for it.
I'll let you go first.
There is a lot more of an emotional attachment to the police than there is to ICE for the average person. Police are seen as the default standard. You have to have it. And I think the defund the police motto was way too premature when it came out that summer.
Yeah.
And abolish ICE comes after public atrocities, murders on camera. And it's holy shit, just stop this. And I think those are two completely independent events, even though they kind of sound the same.
Okay.
I would I mostly agree with that. I think there's also another really large bit to consider is that, as you said, the police are required and such. And also, the idea of defund the police or whatever, it's an option, though it's not one that immediately screams success. It's not one that makes universal sense whatsoever. It's one that, the issue of policing has many different possible solutions and is wildly different around the country, right? However, ICE, it's very clear what they are. They're not required. And the way they're behaving is seen as evil by vast majority of the nation, and directly seen as attack on all Americans, which also is very important considering policing is the issues surrounding policing primarily has to do with minorities to a large extent. compared to ICE, which is now a political organization, which is now targeting people who are white and on the left. ICE also is an institution that is being seen to be very, very corrupt to its core, compared to policing, which is, well, it depends where you're at, right?
The damage down here is pretty bad.
So,
but our top rate. Get to the roof
also,
of any field depot and see if you can get
you know, if you do abolish ICE, you can create something new. The police is a general concept, though. So if you're going to abolish the police, then what are you going to have other than that? Like Police Part 2? You know, it doesn't make sense. So I do think that abolishing ICE is actually necessary, because I think they are deeply corrupted to their core. I mean, if you guys know how long Greg Bonvino has been in there, he's been in there for decades. The people doing these shootings have been in ICE for decades. And a lot of these new people coming in are being proven to be from paramilitaries and militias and far-right portions of the internet, and clearly not trying to do their jobs, clearly not physically fit to do their jobs. And they're clearly ideologically motivated, which is not acceptable in a democracy. You know, ICE is an institution, right? And it's a corrupt one that's actively damaging and destroying the country from the inside out. So I do think it has to be completely just taken apart. It has to be removed. And that role of interior immigration enforcement has to be done more akin to an actual respectable policing way by some other group. Whether it's new, whether it's Border Patrol, whether it's local, I don't care. As long as it works and it is humane.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Great takes.
When it comes to this Thursday, I was actually invited to join you all and such, so I will be doing that. One of the things you mentioned talking about was the general concept of presidential authority and stuff, but I'm going to chat about whatever, even just lurk. I plan on stopping by and seeing you around.
Sounds good. All right. No, that sounds great. Okay, then I think I've got to get going. No one ever said defund the fire department. No one ever said defund the fire department. It's not about funding. It's about people not hurt and people not being harassed. No, I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I do think defund the police was largely actually taken up primarily by the right, as like the saying that was being get. Like, sure, you had some people online saying that who were obviously on the left, and you had some people who were angry who were saying that on the left, but it wasn't your average policymaker.
No, absolutely
for a
not.
long time.
It was a lefty Twitter thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So back in these days, AOC was a little bit more.
Yeah, no, she
radical,
definitely.
So she took it up. I remember that as well, being a little shocked by that. But now she seems to have.
As a Twitter guy since 2011, I've recalled that summer.
Yeah, I would like to talk about her one day, because I have some very interesting and nuanced opinions on her, and probably some ones that you'd find questionable. But I think it'd be a good.
Give me your most questionable take. Get us off. Like, you don't have to.
I do think, currently looking at the different segments of the Democratic Party, and who's actually like saying what they want to do for the American people and what their track record is, I think she is one of the few options to actually stabilize and improve American democracy and the American economy in the long term. I think she's like one of the only. Now is she going to be to the responsibility and to the skill needed for that by the time we get to the primary? I'm not sure. However, the last month, she started doing things that I was not expecting, and I didn't think she was capable of doing, such as whipping the entire Senate into line on DHS. Actually getting, like, Jake Tapper, for example, to start calling ICE liars on television and to start saying, yeah, maybe they do need to be disappeared as an organization, right? And also not sounding like an idiot while saying it, and actually saying it in a way that makes sense and actually is most accurate. So I'm interested to see, especially because it is the primary would be at least another 2 years, like 2.5 years away, right? If I remember right, something like that.
So
I think
primary for president. Oh, you think she should run for president?
Yeah, that's what it was. I think she's one of the few people who theoretically are required to actually, like, if we had to look at all the people currently talking about it, right? I think you could count on one hand, less than one hand, like the amount of people who would actually be able to stabilize and improve our democracy and our economy in the long term. And I think she is like one of like less than a handful. And that's only if she can get the skills and be prepared and be ready for it as is. I'll talk about this next week, or not next week, but on Thursday a little more so. But I'll actually be applying to be going to DC to be working there for a semester and over the summer, and to trying to help.
I'm gonna have to cut you off. I had a hard 6:30, so no. I appreciate your takes, and I'm gonna cut the stream.